right, crew. Abe here, deep in the whispering woods. The air hangs heavy, thick with an unsettling quiet that hums against my eardrums. My chef's knife feels like an extension of my arm, ready for whatever this place throws at us. Beneath my boots, a subtle tremor pulses through the ground. Leela's analog gauge twitches violently, its needle jumping erratically. Atmospheric pressure fluctuations indicate high bioelectric activity in local flora, she states, her voice calm. I nod, translating for you all. She's saying these vines are jumpy, like a live wire, folks. A strange, anticipatory tingle crawls up my skin as I approach the first responsive tendril, glowing faintly with an inner, sickly green light. I reach out, my fingers brushing the vine's slick, cool surface. It feels like stretched rubber, but alive, pulsing with a faint, rhythmic thrum. The air around it smells like ozone and damp earth with a sharp, metallic tang underneath. I position my knife, aiming for a clean cut, a purification. As the blade slices through, a low resonant thrum vibrates up my arm, a sound I feel more than hear. The vine recoils, not like a plant, but like a startled nerve. A burst of green mist erupts, coating my face. My vision blurs, colors shifting, and the metallic tang in the air suddenly tastes like pure copper in my mouth, overwhelming everything. It's not just smell anymore. Did you guys see that? All right, crew, welcome back to the kitchen where today we tackle something truly alive. My chef's knife bites into this vibrant green vine, but it resists, coiling around the blade with surprising strength, almost like it's trying to knot itself. It feels like it's pulling back, a living muscle. Leela's voice, calm as ever, cuts through the struggle. Structural analysis suggests tensile strength exceeding typical arboreal species by 300%. She means this ain't no ordinary spaghetti, folks. This stuff fights back. The air here smells like damp earth and something metallic, like fresh blood mixed with ozone, a scent that makes my nose tingle. I grunt, wrestling with the recalcitrant plant, my grip tightening on the handle. The phantom, constricting pain in my hand from the vine's grip isn't just an echo anymore. It feels colder now, a real pressure, like invisible tendrils are wrapping around my wrist, squeezing. The vine itself shivers under the blade, a faint, almost imperceptible hum vibrating through the steel and into my palm. I push harder, my muscles straining, the blade finally severing a segment with a wet snap that echoes in the quiet kitchen. A thin, clear sap oozes out, smelling faintly sweet, like overripe fruit, but with a sharp, almost electrical tang that makes my tongue feel strange. My fingers tingle, the cold phantom grip spreading rapidly up my forearm, past my elbow. Did you guys hear that hum, or is it just me? Hey, cursed crew, Abe here, deep in a jungle that feels ancient. The air smells thick with damp earth and something metallic, like old blood mixed with sweet sap. Giant bioluminescent flora pulses, casting strange shadows. My mission, purify this aggressive, pulsing vine. I need its core for a recipe, but it's not giving up. A rustle, a small creature darts out, attempting to gnaw. A tendril lashes out, ensnaring it in a tight, protective knot. I brandish my heavy oak rolling pin, deflecting a sudden vine strike. Leela's urgent voice cuts through the humid air. Ecosystem data indicates a symbiotic relationship where the vine acts as a primary defense mechanism for its immediate area, deterring foragers. I duck under another whip-like tendril, the rolling pin a blur. See that, crew? Nature's own security system? I almost grin, but a sharp, constricting ache flares in my hand where the vine briefly brushed me. My skin tightens, pulling inward, a cold, numb pressure spreading. The vine itself seems to pulse faster, a faint, high-pitched hum now audible. My grip on the rolling pin falters. This isn't just a scratch, it's reacting. What do you think, team? Is this vine trying to become me? All right, crew, another day, another portal, another impossible ingredient to purify. This jungle-like growth around us hums with a strange, low energy, like ancient machinery buried under living green. The air here smells thick, earthy, with a metallic tang I can't quite place. My target today is this colossal, writhing vine, pulsing with an unsettling rhythm against the crumbling stone. It feels alive, almost sentient, as I approach with my sturdy cutting board held high. The vine lashes out, a thick tendril whipping past my ear, smelling like damp soil and ozone. I use the board as a shield, bracing against its powerful thrash. Then, with a deep breath, I bring my cleaver down in one powerful, decisive strike. Thwack! A substantial section severs, but the vine doesn't give up easily. It thrashes like a captured serpent, spraying a sticky, iridescent sap that smells faintly sweet, almost sickly. Leela's voice crackles in my ear. Seismic readings confirm localized ground tremors consistent with significant biomodal activity. Proceed with extreme caution. I can't help but grin, sweat beading on my brow. Leela's telling me this bad boy's got a pulse, crew. Good to know. Even in my grasp, the harvested vine subtly twitches, its severed strands trying to reconnect, pulling against each other with a faint, grinding sound. The sickly sweet smell intensifies, now mixed with something sharp, like fresh blood. This isn't just a plant, it's a network. What do you think, team? How do we keep this thing from regrowing before we even get it to the kitchen? All right, crew, another day, another impossible ingredient from the latest portal. We're deep in this bioluminescent jungle, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and something faintly metallic from the last anomaly. My makeshift hearth glows, casting long shadows on the strange, pulsating flora around us. Today's challenge, this monstrous vine, tough as ancient leather. I grip the heavy stone pestle, ready to purify its core. The vine itself feels like a bundle of tiny, elastic cords, stubbornly resisting every strike inside the rough mortar. Leela's cool, academic tone projects. Spectroscopic analysis reveals complex protein structures capable of rapid polymerization upon thermal activation. She's saying this stuff's built to last, and it's gonna get even tougher when we cook it. I wipe sweat from my eyes, the viscous juice already oozing, thick and resistant. My hands feel a strange, growing stickiness, almost like sap, but far more insistent. The pestle starts to drag, the vine fibers feeling like they're actively trying to reknit themselves, pulling back against my efforts. I hesitate, my grip faltering for a moment as the juice begins to solidify on the mortar's surface, forming tiny, clear crystals. This isn't just tough, it's fighting back. Did anyone else notice that sudden chill in the air? The threadvine pasta boils, and I watch in fascination as the individual strands visibly begin to intertwine. They thicken, forming dense, almost rope-like bundles right there in the pot. My stirring spoon meets serious resistance, like pushing through a tangled net of living fibers. Leela's voice, a touch of wonder in her usual data-driven delivery, cuts through the rising steam. Thermodynamic modeling predicts an exponential increase in interfiber bonding at boiling point, potentially leading to a solid-state transformation. She's noticed what I'm seeing, folks. This pasta is getting structural. I stir harder, putting my full weight into it, trying to separate the strands. But the spoon just glides over the top of a growing, stubborn knot. The water in the pot, seems to shimmer with a faint green luminescence now, reflecting off the polished metal. The steam rising from the pot smells faintly of damp earth and something resilient, almost like freshly cut wood, but with a hint of something ancient. I pull a thick rope-like strand out with tongs, cooling it quickly under the portal water tap. It's incredibly chewy and dense, like eating interwoven ropes. My cursed tongue can't taste the flavor, of course, but the texture is undeniable. Almost springy, with a surprising tensile strength. This isn't just pasta anymore. It's a woven barricade, a living knot forming right in my pot. What do you think this means for our next step, crew? What's up, cursed crew? Abe here in the portal kitchen tackling something truly naughty. The air here always hums with strange energy, a mix of damp earth and something metallic like old blood on ancient stone. Glowing runes flicker on the walls, casting long shadows over fungal growths. It's a wild place, perfect for purification. I just took the first bite of our gloomberry goulash, a recipe from these worn recipe notes. The berries were a challenge, pulled from a shimmering void moments ago. Now this is where it gets interesting. A strange, warm sensation spreads through my stomach, a feeling of tightening and internal pressure. Leela's physiological sensors hum. Physiological sensors indicate a rapid increase in internal abdominal pressure, correlating with a significant structural reorganization. Leela's picking up what my gut's telling me. I rub my belly, a furrow in my brow. It's like, wah! My insides are getting a hug, a really, really tight hug. I can distinctly feel internal knots forming, almost like my organs are braiding themselves together. That felt wrong. Something changed. This isn't just taste blindness anymore. What do you guys think is happening in there? All right, crew. Abe the Cursed Chef is back. And this time, we're deep in the Whispering Mire, a place where the very air hums with forgotten energy. Look at this beauty. This is a shimmering spore pod, pulsing with a faint internal light. It smells like ozone and damp earth, with a sharp, metallic tang that makes my nose tingle. My goal? Purify this volatile ingredient using only my hands and this ancient basalt mortar and pestle. I carefully place the pod inside, its surface cool and slick against my fingers. As I begin to grind, a fine, iridescent dust rises, catching the dim light from the bioluminescent flora around us. My movements are precise, a rhythmic crush and twist, but then a strange pressure starts building deep in my gut. It's not pain, more like an intense internal hardening takes hold. My abdomen feels unnaturally rigid, like a protective shell has formed. I pause, tapping my stomach with my knuckles. It sounds solid, like stone. Leela's voice, a little more urgent in my ear, cuts through the comms. Skeletal stress analysis shows a temporary but significant increase in core rigidity, Abe. It suggests an externalized protective layer is forming around the viscera. I tap my now rock-hide stomach again, a grimace forming on my face. Leela's calling it a protective layer. My posture is stiff, my movements restricted by this internal armor. I'm calling it a personal tank. This is new. Can you feel that strange thrumming in the ground, crew? All right, crew. Abe the Cursed Chef is back, and today we're tackling something unexpected. My new protection feels less like armor and more like a full-body hug from a very strong, very angry golem. Leela's voice crackles. Spirometry readings indicate a 20% reduction in lung capacity due to diaphragmatic compression. She's saying my new armor's a bit too good. This isn't just protection, it's a straitjacket, a constant dull ache pressing against my ribs. I try to loosen my chef's apron, but the heavy metal plates dig in, making even a small movement a chore. The air here in this ancient stone kitchen smells of cold steel and something faintly metallic, like old blood mixed with ozone, a scent I recognize from the portal's edge. My breath hitches, a shallow gasp escaping my lips, the armor groaning with each strained attempt. Every inhale feels like pulling against a stone wall, the rigid metal a constant, crushing presence. I can barely reach the simple iron skillet on the counter, its familiar weight now a distant memory. My fingers brush against the rough handle, but the grip is weak, my chest too tight to properly lean in. This isn't just discomfort, it's a culinary prison, restricting every single motion. A faint, sweet, earthy smell, like damp soil and strange fungi, drifts from the covered bowl beside the skillet, teasing my cursed nose. I need to get to that ingredient, but this armor, it's a new kind of challenge. How am I supposed to purify anything when I can barely breathe, crew? All right, culinary adventurers, buckle up. We've got a new development from the kitchen. Last night's Whispering Woods pasta, it wasn't just a meal. It was a transformation. I stand here, my polished chef's knife reflecting a subtle, almost alien glow from my core. This isn't just a reflection anymore. It's a permanent record of what we faced. Leela's final analysis echoes in my head. Irreversible biostructural integration. The armor is now part of me. I press my fingers gently against my abdomen, feeling the distinct, unyielding structure beneath my skin. It's like ancient roots have grown within me, a network of subtle, vine-like patterns now visible. They pulse faintly, a low thrumming sensation, a constant internal hum I never knew before. A faint earthy scent, like damp soil and minerals, clings to my skin, a constant reminder of the forest's magic. My posture feels different, grounded, almost impossibly rigid. Every movement carries a new, subtle weight. I run my thumb along the cool steel of my knife, the familiar balance a stark contrast to my altered body. There's a momentary hesitation, a flicker of surprise at this new, unshakable foundation within me. This isn't just a chef's scar, it's a new ingredient in my own recipe, a permanent reminder of the portal's power. The taste blindness remains, a frustrating constant, but now I'm built different, stronger, more resilient. It's a chef's burden, yes, but also a chef's gift, a new tool in my arsenal. So tell me, what impossible, reality-bending ingredient do you think awaits us in the next portal?